Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is James. Today we're going to watch episode 10 of Ace Attorney.
Hello?
Oh yeah. We're going to see the old man of this old house.
You don't know how happy it makes me to see your faces, to see my pretty daughter and
What?
my big
What?
handsome son again.
Okay.
They are not your children, Mr. Old Man. Holy the bird.
Morning.
December 26th.
Her name's Polly. Say hello.
Hello there, pretty Polly. Welcome back, Meg. It's so cool. She even knows who I am.
Yeah.
You still know who you are, don't you?
Her name is Maya Bay.
Unfortunately, my memory's not as sharp as it used to be, so I tell her about everything.
Yeah, you did tell the bird about the DL6 situation.
What's your name? I'm Polly.
Holy.
The combination on that safe over there. 12, 28.
Wow.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Now hold on there, Polly. That's a secret.
Good morning.
Listen, I have something to ask, sir.
You can call me Dad.
Dad.
What do you want to know, Keith?
I'd just like to talk a little about the incident out on the lake the other night.
Incident?
Yeah, mister, what happened here?
Call me Papa.
Papa?
Yes, dear.
Okay, Mr. Old Man.
Something bad happened. And then somebody called the police to come and investigate it.
That's right. Was it you, Dad? Try hard to remember that night. Please, Dad.
Papa!
I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on. Why are you sleeping? Wait, what? How did you fall asleep so fast?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lots of fog in this picture.
Yeah, so dark.
I did hear a bang, loud one. It sounded to me like it came from somewhere out on the lake. Then another one. Pow! Pow!
Happen to know what time that was?
I don't remember. But later, the boat came back to shore. Then a young man walked by my window.
Miles?
That's him.
Did you get a good look at his face?
Let me think about that.
Oh gosh. Sleeping again.
Hey, can you tell us what happened the other night? Is there anything that you're supposed to remember?
I guess that's a no.
Don't forget DL6!
Uh-oh.
What was that?
I don't believe it! Polly! But how? Don't forget!
Uh-oh. Spill the tea, Mr. Old Man. Wake up.
Something's fishy. Why would the parrot know?
Yeah, because the old man told the bird about the DL6 situation. Oh, come on.
What's he doing?
No idea.
You probably know how it relates to this case, don't you?
Edgeworth's father was gunned down inside the courthouse elevator. Emmon defended the accused. He got him cleared of all charges.
That's the gist of it. Bosses think this thing's about revenge. Get payback for what happened to his father.
That's why we came here. I was hoping to take a look through some of those old DL6 case files, what I could find.
Are you kidding? You're his defense lawyer and now you think he's guilty too?
No, that's not it.
No, he is not guilty. Just to check what's going on of DL6 situation.
Got bad news, guy. We're missing lots of important stuff related to that case. Yeah, sorry. Von Karma came and picked it up a little while ago.
Why?
All of the evidence is gone.
That'll be enough.
You can repay me walking into court tomorrow and winning that trial. You hear? No matter what you gotta do!
Gotcha. Oh no, everyone is here to see this trial. December 27th, 10 a.m.
The prosecution now calls our witness to the stand.
Why?
I'm surprised to see him here.
Sleeping here, old man.
I run a noodle shop, and I also rent out little fishing boats on Gourd Lake.
That's enough. Your testimony now.
Before we continue, you'll need the witness's name for the record.
Yes, about that. I can't seem to recall what it is.
It's true, Your Honor. The witness can only remember things that he's learned in the last few years. His name is not one of them.
He doesn't know his name.
Hold on a second. How could he even testify in that state?
Since the incident only happened 3 days ago, there is no problem.
Right, there's not a single problem with that.
Get a
Oh gosh.
It was Christmas Eve, after midnight, so I guess it was Christmas already. Anyway, I was lying in bed when I heard something that sounded like a gunshot. When I looked out the window, I could see a boat floating out there on the water.
Okay.
I heard another pop. A little while later, the boat came back to shore. Then a man walked by my window.
That's Edgeworth.
That's just about it, I reckon.
Anything else?
The loud bangs that you heard, are you absolutely certain it was after midnight?
Oh, great.
Yeah, pretty sure it was.
But when you and I spoke yesterday, you couldn't seem to recall that many details. It strikes me as odd you'd be so sure of this today.
Talking to the prosecutor jogged my memory. It came back to me.
Oh gosh.
Wouldn't that imply Von Karma manipulated your testimony?
That is a completely baseless accusation.
Objection is sustained.
I'll change the question. Where did these 2 gunshots come from?
They sounded like they came from the lake. I heard the first one and looked out the window. I saw the boat on the water. And then I heard another gunshot ring out.
And you're sure it was gunfire, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Sure sounded like it to me. Yep.
Are you sure about that?
Who was on the boat when this happened?
It was pretty dark. There was a lot of fog that night, and it was far away.
You're saying that you weren't able to see them clearly?
No, not at that time.
That time?
What do you mean that time? That time? What happened?
It was him.
No. Oh my gosh.
Let the record show he pointed at Edgeworth, and you're certain it was him.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? What are you doing here, sleepy?
The testimony we just heard offers decisive proof, in my opinion, that the defender did
But
indeed.
Your Honor, the defense has already proven our client did not fire the weapon. The photograph shows the murderer pulling the trigger with his left hand.
Yeah.
The gun are from Edgeworth's right hand.
Check shot.
Oh great.
Fired with his left, then carried it in his right hand once the murder was done. I'm sure that's what happened. It's all there, clear as crystal, and it all proves your client's guilt.
But wait, the witness could easily be mistaken.
Do you have any evidence of that?
No, not exactly.
If you don't have evidence, you don't have anything. That's how our system works.
Von Karma. Oh gosh, went powerful.
Wait, Your Honor!
At this time, I shall hand down the verdict on the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Guilty as charged.
Oh no, he's guilty. No, he's not guilty.
Really over?
No. Von Karma, really?
Oh, you're all! What? Who is that?
Okay.
You're too late. Judge has already given his verdict. Taylor, throw this buffoon out at once.
Hold your horses. Listening to all this crap made me remember something. The night that the murder happened, I was by the lake too. Dude got popped on the night of Christmas Eve, didn't he? I was around that night, and I heard it.
Just what did you hear?
The freaking gunshot, man.
What? Is this true?
Very spill the tea.
I couldn't sit here while Edgy took a murder rap, because that's not the truth.
He's been found guilty by the court, and we should be adjourned by now.
Hold on a moment. Are you absolutely certain that you heard gunfire on the night in question?
Yeah, all of a sudden it was like bang!
This is it, Nick. Your buddy might have given us just the chance we needed.
Your Honor, if there's another witness, we are obligated by law to let him speak.
A waste of time. The verdict you gave is final.
I have a slightly different opinion. It's our duty to make sure that the verdict given is accurate. That is justice. We examine all the evidence and we consider the testimony of every witness.
Including this fool.
I hereby rescind my previous verdict. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I was in one of those rowboats out on the lake, looking for the Steel Samurai.
Looking for him?
He's the mascot for Butts' bun business, Samurai Bun. It's actually a giant balloon with a banner. He'd accidentally sent it into the lake with the air tank.
Yeah.
That's true, which is why I was out there looking for him. So anyway, I found it and then headed back to the shore. That's when I heard it. This big pow! Naturally, I looked out over the water to see what it was. There was no boat or anything.
So then you only heard one loud banging noise that night.
That's right. Then I dragged my inflatable employee back to the bun stall. That was it.
If the defense is ready, your witness.
Gotta find some kind of new lead here, because there's not gonna be another chance. What time was it when you heard the noise?
Yeah, let me think here. I took the boat out sometime around 11 o'clock that night, and I was looking for Steely Sammy for a good while, about an hour or so. It felt like forever to me. So the shot was close to midnight.
This corroborates the other testimony we've heard. It's just as pointless as I thought.
Well, that's like your opinion, man.
Why is his fingers are powerful when he do that? I know he's the powerful person of this court, but still, powerful wins.
What's strange, too, is you only heard one shot that night, didn't you?
That's all there was. Real quiet, then blammo.
2 witnesses have already given testimony confirming there were 2 shots fired that night. Butts is spewing nothing but hogwash.
No, man, it's the truth. But I guess you can't handle the truth, can you?
Stop it.
You have no doubt. You only heard one single gunshot and not a second.
Well, there was the one.
Just answer the damn question, dude!
You should call me Mr. Butt.
Whatever.
Give me some respect.
Mr. Butts, are you completely sure that you only heard the one shot being fired that night?
To be honest, I wouldn't say I was completely sure. Come on, man. No, I always listen to the radio at night.
No, I don't.
So, you were listening right then?
I had a Raleigh's midnight lovey-dovey rendezvous show.
Larry.
Yes, out of foolish.
Well, it's almost Christmas. I hope all you oral lovers and bad boys get something good in your stockings. Bring it, Santa!
Santa?
This is getting out of hand. How am I gonna get something worthwhile out of him?
The evidence holds the keys to the truth. It will tell you what you're looking for if you ask with your heart.
Thank you, Mia.
Look at the evidence. That's right!
You get something?
I reckon it was just a few minutes after midnight on a foggy Christmas Eve. I was...
That's it!
And so this ends the murder trial of Mr. Miles.
Objection!
Thank you.
Larry, repeat what you heard on the radio when the gunshot went off.
That sweet verbal gold of Auralia?
Yeah, what the DJ said.
Oh, sure. Well, it's almost Christmas, and I hope all you oral lovers and bad
Hold
boys...
it! Did you hear that? What the witness just said?
What was I listening for?
Right when he heard the gunshot, the DJ said something important. He said that it was almost Christmas. In other words, it wasn't Christmas yet, so it had to be before midnight. But still, according to the other witnesses, both gunshots were definitely fired after midnight. This photograph is proof of that.
When Miss Hart's camera reacted to the sound and took the picture, it was 12:10 a.m., so after midnight on Christmas.
There's an unmistakable time difference.
Objection! The
Oh,
witness
great.
is just confused.
No, I'm not!
He's telling the truth, Your Honor. Lotta Hart's camera, which was set to trigger by loud noises, took another picture earlier that night, in fact.
But there's nothing in it.
Look at the timestamp.
It says December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
I get it.
You see, Mr. Butts did hear a gunshot that night. This one was 20 minutes before the other two.
What poppycock?
Do you imagine it could be that the other witnesses just incorrectly remembered what time it was?
I don't. Miss Hart's camera took another photograph at 12:10 as well. That means there were 3 shots fired.
3.
One rang out at 11:50, 2 more at 12:10 a.m.
I cannot believe that for a second. Probably sneezed and set off the camera.
I did not! Yawned and farted.
This evidence is still not enough to overturn the verdict. So would you end this trial now?
Tell me, defense, do you have any objection?
Your Honor, Miles Edgeworth is innocent and know it. There's no doubt. It's clear as day. The evidence showed me the truth once I really looked at it.
What do you mean?
All an elaborate setup, with the intention of framing my client for murder. 10 minutes after midnight, gunshots were heard coming from a boat out on Gourd Lake. One shot and another. Edgeworth alone on the boat.
The victim was shot from a meter's distance. Only the defendant could have pulled the trigger.
Not necessarily. That's only if you assume the victim was actually shot at this time.
What do you mean by assume? Photograph clearly shows the gun being fired at 12:10 a.m.
What about the shot that was fired at 11:50? That was the one our witness heard. The pistol was fired before midnight, just one shot, and I firmly believe it was this shot that killed Robert Hammond.
That's insane.
Okay,
There's nothing in
okay.
the picture.
A lot of
no
things.
men in no boat.
Yes, because Hammond was killed elsewhere. The murder didn't happen on the boat.
Somewhere else?
If that's true, who are these 2 men?
One is Edgeworth, of course. The other man pictured is the murderer who framed him.
Oh.
After the killer fatally shot Mr. Hammond at 11:50 p.m., he put on his coat and pretended to be him to meet Edgeworth, whom he'd summoned to the scene beforehand. They then set out on the boat for privacy.
Oh.
Fired 2 shots while on the boat. The first was to attract the attention of any witnesses that would be nearby.
Gotcha.
Then fired the second shot, and due to the dense fog, any witnesses on the shore couldn't tell who pulled the trigger.
So, who really fired the gun?
It wasn't Edgeworth. It was the true killer disguised as Robert Hammond.
So then, who fell into the lake that night?
The killer
Just.
jumped into the water right then. He was pretending to be shot. Anyone watching from the shoreline would think they had just witnessed a murder before their very eyes. They would be tricked into thinking, since Edgeworth was the only one left on the boat, that he'd gunned down his companion.
At the time, I was in complete shock. Couldn't understand what had just happened. I was rattled. I was alone out there. I just picked up the gun without a single clear thought in my mind.
Wow.
The only motive was to frame Miles Edgeworth for Robert Hammond's murder.
The whole thing was just a setup?
Yep.
If you're indeed so confident of this outrageous scenario you put forth today, then surely you can tell us the murderer's name.
You're wrong. I don't know his name.
You don't?
I've no idea. He claims to not know it himself.
What?
Wait, are you implying it was...
Let's call him to the stand once more. The old man that runs the boat shop.
I knew it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but it seems the witness has fled the courthouse.
Seriously?
Yes, Your Honor. We can't find him.
Order! Order!
What in the world is going on?
I knew it was the old man. I absolutely knew it when we see the scene where the old man said something about shoot the bird about the DL6 and the secret. I absolutely knew it, and now he left the courthouse and we need to find the old man and confess all of this, and he needs to be in the jail. He is my suspicious person, and I'm excited to watch episode 11 of Ace Attorney. So this is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.